are now listening to Lauer Road Radio.
Hey, welcome one and all to the #1 podcast, winter, spring, and fall. Talking sports for the thrill of it all. Hey, talking life, but we're killing it all. Jason and Dan with the master plan. These are dangerous men with the mic in the hand. Ha! Bonafide winners everywhere that we go. You're a part of the team.
Lauer Radio.
Dad light, thug light, bright lights in sight. All right. What? Dad light, thug light, bright lights in sight. All right. Yeah. Dad light, thug light, bright lights in sight. All right. Bonafide winners everywhere that we go. You're a part of the team.
Lauer Radio.
Let's get it. What?
At Tanagra, when the walls fell, this is Dan coming at you another time for Lauer Road Radio with my co-host, as always, Jason. You know sometimes how you've got some food waiting for you at home and you're just not excited about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So a couple months ago, we got a lot of hamburger in our freezer, and so we were thinking, how can we make the hamburger stretch? We're trying to be financially responsible, not eat out too much, you know. And so I made some hamburger stew, and I actually make a pretty good hamburger stew. I'm not gonna lie, like it's pretty good. I got it down to a system. It's pretty tasty. It doesn't need extra salt or anything. It's really pretty good. And I now have made it a few times, and this last time we were really trying to stretch it out, so I like kind of doubled what was already a pretty big recipe, and now the word stew has become like a curse word in our house. Like the kids are like, what are we stew? What are we gonna eat? We're eating stew until it's gone. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. We're eating stew at home.
It's also like when you make pasta, and pasta always is more than what you think. Like when you start dumping it in, it's like,
true.
Yeah, I'll do a little bit, a little bit more. All of a sudden, you made enough for like
we have so
3
much
weeks.
stew. It was so much, and we still have at least 3 meals of it left. There's so much stew, and it's all right. It's good. I don't mind it. It's like on a cold day, it's really nice. But I like
a good stew.
I like a good stew, but I'm stewed out, and I don't know the difference between stew and soup. To be honest with you, what's the difference between stew and soup?
I think stew is thicker.
Yeah,
I think soup is more liquidy.
Mm-hmm. And then it turns into a chili at some point, right?
Yeah, and then it could also go the casserole route.
Mm-hmm. I like a casserole too.
Listen,
maybe I could find a way to turn this stew.
Just drain the liquid
into a casserole.
Drain the liquid, add some pasta, and bake it in the oven.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe.
I have the definition.
Thank you.
So another way, soup is any combination of ingredients cooked in liquid. Stew is any dish that's prepared by stewing. That is, submerging the ingredients with just enough liquid to cook them through at a simmer in a covered pot for a long time.
Well, that's what I do.
Yeah, well,
right there.
It's less liquid. So basically, it's more or less liquid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you ever noticed soup is only a 2-meal food? You can have soup for lunch. You can have soup for dinner, but there's no breakfast soup.
Isn't cereal
you
just
sure?
basically soup?
Is cereal soup?
Cereal's not soup. It's
Could
not.
be.
It could be.
I don't think so.
Soup cereal?
I think cereal is its own thing. I don't think.
I've made soupy oatmeal.
But there's no. Well, that's a mistake.
Well, not always. Sometimes I like a
soupy oatmeal. That's disgusting.
Listen, sometimes I like my oatmeal a little bit thicker.
Well, okay, I can.
And sometimes I like my oatmeal a little bit thinner.
I understand thicker oatmeal and slightly thinner oatmeal. I'm a steel cut oatmeal guy. I like my steel cut oats.
Yeah.
I don't want the quick oats, and I want to take them off of the heat when they're not quite ready to eat.
Yeah.
Because they're still gonna cook a little bit more. Because I don't like it to feel like a paste.
Like
you see
a
what I'm
mush.
saying? A mush.
Yeah.
I want to feel each kernel or grain of oat in my mouth.
So what I do?
Have to chew it.
I do half quick oats and half of the steel cut.
Oh.
And then I boil my water in the kettle.
Okay.
And I pour it into the bowl and I stir the whole thing up.
Got it.
So it's the best of both.
And then what do you put on your oatmeal?
A little brown sugar.
Okay.
And a little maple syrup.
Oh, okay. I do butter and brown sugar.
Okay.
And then I like to put some milk in it, but I don't mix. The thing about it is I don't want to mix all of that around and turn it into one thing. I want to have a pool of milk around that some butter has kind of melted into.
Yeah.
And then every spoonful, I get a little bit of butter, a little bit of brown sugar, a little bit of milk, and the oatmeal, and that's how I eat it. I want to have all of those individual flavors in my mouth, not one just conglomeration of the whole thing. I mean, at some point it breaks down and it does both become one thing.
Yeah, I take my oats, I put them in the bowl, and then I pour in the brown sugar, and then I pour in the maple syrup as I boil my water. And then I pour the water on top, and I stir the whole thing up. Fabulous.
Yeah.
And I don't measure anything.
Oatmeal is a great... There are some foods... there are some great budget foods. And oatmeal is one of the best.
Yeah.
Oatmeal...
Eggs.
Eggs.
Eggs will go a long way.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Rice.
Uh-huh.
And let's just go ahead and make this a Mount Rushmore. Let's Mount Rushmore
Like a
it up.
pasta?
We got, so definitely oatmeal, eggs, rice.
Pasta goes a long way.
Pasta does go a long way.
Like a spaghetti.
Hot dogs.
Hot dogs, that's true. You
Well,
get cheap hot
listen,
dogs.
you can go cheap hot dogs or good hot dogs.
And I don't go cheap on hot dogs.
Listen, I'm more of the middle of the road. I don't buy the cheapest one, but I don't buy Nathan's either. Nathan's are expensive.
I like the Hebrew National.
There's nothing wrong with Hebrew
I'm
National.
a big fan of the Hebrew National.
Cost-wise, there might be a better bang for your buck. Like a ballpark.
I think so.
I think ballpark is a good
Better
medium.
dog for your dollar.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I haven't been to the store in a while.
A better wiener.
But, so I don't know what this new Bidenflation's doing to everything. But
Yeah.
you used to be able to get hot dogs for about 10 cents a dog and then 10 cents a bun. So you would be eating 20 cents worth
Maybe
of...
have 2 cents, maybe a cent
ketchup.
worth of ketchup.
Yeah. So you're under 25 cents per hot dog.
It's a pretty
I
good
feed
deal.
the whole family for like $4 or $5.
And when you're going to feed the whole family with hot dogs, how are you cooking the hot dogs?
Okay, this is a problem.
Yeah.
So in our house...
Yeah. That's
Teddy-
what I wanted to know. Your house.
Yeah, I'm explaining to the listener.
Oh, I see.
In our house, Teddy refuses to eat anything with anything black on it.
Racist.
Well, or not, if you think about it.
Okay.
So anyways...
In other words, if Teddy was a cannibal, he would only eat white people.
Yes,
Okay.
that's what I was trying to get at.
Still pretty racist.
I mean,
Well-
by definition, it is racist. It's just in favor of the white people. You know what I mean?
Well, like turkey, there's dark meat and light meat, right?
Yeah. Are you a dark meat guy or what light meat guy?
I'm a stuffing guy.
You are a stuffing guy.
Listen, not that stovetop crap.
No.
Stuffed in the bird
So
where it soaks up the
I don't-
juices.
No.
The
no.
turkey juices in the stuffing?
Listen, I can cook the turkey well enough that I get my own
Do you
juices.
stuff it?
No, I stuff it full of apples and onions, so that way it
Holds
See,
the
here's
moisture.
the problem.
Yeah.
You put the stuffing in, it takes the moisture from the bird. You know what I mean? It demoisturizes the bird.
Yes, but the
I'm giving the bird moisture by giving it apples and
I
onions.
like the stuffing.
I know you like the stuffing, but you can make that separate in another pan.
Yeah, but it's not the same.
but
Or
you
leave
could.
it in the trash.
But you. You could
Stuffing, listen,
if you're good
of all
at
the
what
foods,
you do, shut up. If you're good at what you do, you can pull the liquid off of the fat that has dripped off of the turkey and put it into your stuffing mix on the pot, and you can have best of both worlds.
No, it's not the best of both. It's mediocre of both. I just want it stuffed.
You like
That's why
to
it's
know
called stuffing.
that it was pulled out of the anus of the turkey.
Yes.
Like that's for you. That's important.
Speaking of that.
What?
Speaking of that, did you know that Uranus
Yeah.
smells like farts?
Lots of sulfur.
It is. The atmosphere, I have this in my notes for today. Hydrogen sulfide, which is a sulfur.
So that's found on Uranus. So Uranus smells like farts.
Uranus smells like farts. The planet.
Or do our farts smell like Uranus?
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
That is...
I know. That's why I'm here.
I think our farts smell like our anus.
It would be weird if my fart smelled like Uranus.
I don't want to smell either. I would rather stay out of that
I've been
altogether.
listening to this really good book on the, it's called As You Wish. It's about the movie
Princess
The
Bride.
Princess Bride.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
Carrie Elwes, but it's other people too. And it's them telling about how the movie was made. It's really interesting. It's a good audiobook. You should listen to it.
Is it on Audible?
It's on Audible. Yeah.
Free to download?
Well, I don't know. I got it off of Libby. So
Oh, I could do that.
Yeah.
The library. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. He narrates it, but then a bunch of other people like Billy Crystal or other people will just jump in and say things,
Yeah.
So it's pretty interesting. And their whole thing about Andre the Giant. And I just was listening to the part today where he was telling the story how they were shooting the scene, and he said right before his line, Andre the Giant ripped. He said it was the biggest fart he'd ever heard in his life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he said then it was just for the next like 20 takes they couldn't stop laughing, and Andre's laughing, and he's like, "That was a big one, boss, huh?" Apparently he called everybody boss, but he said it was just superhuman. He said you couldn't even imagine.
The dude's huge. Yeah. No, that's good. I like it.
I'm a big Andre the Giant fan.
Absolutely.
And every documentary or video I've seen about him was like so sad. Because he had a terrible life.
A lot of pain.
Super interesting. Like he'd drink like a case of beer before every wrestling match, and I think it was like Jake the Snake said that he landed on him and farted in the middle of the. I'm like, that would be.
Well,
terrible.
he wasn't. He like he passed out or something. Like he fell down. It wasn't supposed to be and like he broke bones in his body and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah,
He's a giant, like just a literal giant.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy.
well,
have you ever seen the picture
Andre.
of him holding a beer can?
Yeah.
It's insanity.
Like a shot glass. My Audible listen right now, I'm 62% of the way through the book.
Look at you.
It's a 12-hour listen.
Okay.
On Libby. Actually, from the library. The Future of Humanity by Michio Kaku.
Okay.
It's a fabulous book.
Okay.
It's a 12-hour listen, and I'm over halfway through. I'll probably finish it
Well, you
tonight.
should try As You Wish.
I will.
I've been a big fan of it so far.
So I have something else that might blow your mind.
Okay.
Do you remember the movie The Lion King? Not yeah, that one.
Yeah.
The cartoon, not the new.
Hakuna Matata. Hakuna
Yeah.
Matata. Yeah.
It's a great one. What was the?
Yeah.
That movie, the cartoon, not the remake. I don't even count that. That shouldn't even count.
The one with Matthew Broderick, and back when they used to do a show about African animals and they'd pick white people to play them. And the new one is all like Jay-Z and other black people. They're like, we're going to pick. Well, like, we don't know the difference when it's just
a cartoon.
Voice. It's a cartoon.
Yeah.
It's not racist or racial.
No, not at all.
Anyway, Matthew Broderick. Good. Also,
Yeah.
Scar. The actor that plays Scar is
Who
the
is
bad
it?
guy from Die Hard. I mean, he's the perfect.
The German.
Yeah.
Or the,
Hans Gruber
Yeah.
from Die Hard. That's
Really?
the actor. It's
Okay.
perfect. Isn't
Wow.
it perfect?
That is perfect.
It is perfect.
The Lion King.
Not
original.
not the movie.
Not the movie, the cartoon.
The original cartoon.
The original cartoon
the
movie.
good one. Elton John did the soundtrack for that. He is.
Okay.
He likes the menfolk.
Yeah. Hey, I'm not saying there is anything wrong with it. I mean, some people might say that. I'm not. I'm not going to say that. Gay?
He's gay.
Yeah. There's lots of people.
Did we just out him, or has he been openly?
You just have to.
Did we
open your
just break
eyes.
that story?
No.
Okay.
No. Bing Crosby's gay too.
Rolling like thunder under the covers. Every time I hear that, I'm like, oh gosh.
Is that about a fart?
Laughing like children, singing like brothers, rolling like thunder.
You really like the Elton John, don't
under
you?
the covers. And I'm like, oh, jeez.
I have to I have to listen to it 3 more times.
I guess that's why they call it the blues. Elton John's a fabulous songwriter.
Did he do Piano Man,
Wonderful
right?
songwriter. No, that's Billy Joel.
I like Billy Joel.
Sing us the song, you're the piano man. Billy Joel's good.
I love Billy Joel.
He's really
Billy
good.
Joel might be the most underrated artist of all time.
Well, I just think it depends on. I mean, I think
Billy Joel?
I think he's pretty highly respected.
Yeah, but he's not up there. I mean, he's not. If you made a Mount Rushmore of the best artist on the planet.
Oh, musical artist on the planet all time or
Yeah.
currently?
No, currently.
Okay. And you got Billy Joel.
I
on
got
that
Billy
list?
Joel on the list. Michael Jackson's dead.
Supposedly.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson was fantastic.
He was a once Not even a once a generation talent. He's like a once a millennium talent. He's insanely talented.
One of a kind.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The Lion King, the movie.
The
cartoon.
The cartoon, not the movie.
Not the movie, the cartoon. Mm-hmm. Mid-90s. I don't know when it came out.
The one with Matthew Broderick.
Uh-huh.
Did you know who played young Simba on that movie?
No.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas from Home Improvement.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I always wanted to see their neighbor's face, you know?
Didn't they reveal it in one of the last episodes?
I think so.
I didn't really watch.
No.
That's pretty good.
Tim the Toolman Taylor.
Comedy has come a long way. I feel like
in some ways, not as good.
It just didn't take a lot to make people laugh, I don't think, back in the day.
Yeah, but what TV was better?
Well, I don't know about
Listen, no, it was better.
Okay,
I watched
some
the stuff
things
my
were
kids
better.
watch now, and
some
it's
things
garbage.
were better. Yes, that's your kids are idiots, though. Sorry.
The stuff that passes for comedy today on TV is garbage.
That's true. That's true.
Total garbage. Tim the Toolman Taylor?
And then the laugh track in the background every time he does it.
but it was kind of...
I like a laugh track.
Listen, there's nothing wrong with a good laugh track.
Seinfeld, Frasier.
The 90s was filled with laugh tracks.
I don't remember the first show that I watched without a laugh track was probably The Office, maybe.
And I mean, that just changed everything.
It did change everything.
Okay.
The Lion King movie.
The Lion King, the movie, the cartoon, not the remake.
Are we talking about the movie or the cartoon?
The cartoon.
Okay.
Was released closer to the moon landing than it was to today.
Wow. I don't like that.
It makes me feel
What
old.
year was it released?
It was mid-90s. And the moon landing was 1969?
The original moon landing or the most recent moon landing?
I think the original moon landing.
Wow.
I mean, we're talking 30 years in either direction.
Did you know what the first...
1994.
94.
Yeah.
That's insane.
So 94 minus 1969?
I heard one of those... You hear one of those?
Yeah.
I heard one of those about the Wonder Years.
Yeah.
That, like, completely, like, we're closer... Like, the 80s... are for the Wonder Years what the 60s were for, you know what I mean, or something like that. I don't remember, one of those, and it just made me go like, oh my goodness.
No, well, if you think about it, the Wonder Years, we watched it in the 80s, but it took place in...
What would you do
Joe Cocker.
if I sang?
Listen.
Do you know who wrote that song, though?
Janis Joplin.
No.
Oh, who?
Ringo Starr.
Oh, I knew that.
What would you do if I sang out the tune? Would you stand up and walk out on me?
Yeah. You got a lot of singing in today.
You know what?
Do you know any Wes King?
I haven't thought about Wes King
Listen.
since you used to listen to Wes King.
I love Wes King.
He was your guy.
I love Wes King.
What was the Wes King song? What was the Wes King song?
I don't know.
I feel like it was something about lighting a candle or something. I
No,
don't know.
that was a chick.
Mm-hmm.
It could have been him though.
Mm-hmm.
It was on the same like.
What do you think on iTunes? What do you think the number one Wes King? You don't even know one Wes King song.
No,
and
as soon
you
as
were
you
the biggest Wes King guy that there was. I believe.
Yeah, I remember that song.
I don't know that song.
It was like it was a statement of faith.
Is that the Rich Mullins? I believe. I believe in God the Father, Almighty Maker of heaven, Maker of
No,
earth,
that's Rich Mullins.
and in Jesus Christ, His only begotten Son alone. He was conceived by the Holy Spirit, born of Virgin Mary.
Super niche.
Rich Mullins? I'll talk
Wes
about
King.
Rich Mullins all night. Wes King is even more niche.
Listen, if
Did
we
he come out of the closet? I feel like a lot of those 90s guys did.
Ray
Boltz did.
Ray Boltz did.
Gay
That
Boltz.
You gonna do your Ray Boltz
No.
remix?
I think that is too nichey. I don't think enough people...
Listen, if you ever want a good laugh and you know who Ray Boltz is...
I'm the Weird Al Yankovic of Christian music. I don't know if you knew this. I don't even like Weird Al Yankovic.
Do you know Ray Boltz?
No, he doesn't know
I
Ray
don't.
Boltz. You might have heard this song. It's so... Thank you for giving to the Lord. I am a life that was changed. It's about a guy that goes up to heaven and meets all the people that he helped them, and they say to him, "Thank you for giving to the Lord."
Yeah.
It was played a lot.
It was a lot.
It made a lot of people cry in the 90s.
In the mid-90s.
In the mid-90s, it made a lot of people cry.
I pledge allegiance.
Yeah, but thank you was his big
Thank
song.
You was a
for
big
giving
one,
to the Lord. I am a life that was changed.
Okay, listen, if you ever want to
And
hear
then
that
Ray Boltz
remix.
came out of the closet. I'm just going to do it. Ray Boltz
Okay.
in the mid 2000s, maybe around 2010, came out of the closet as a friend of Elton John.
Yeah.
You know, he's batting for the pink team, and so he came out of the closet, and it kind
This is
of rocks in
fantastic.
people's worlds.
Yeah.
And he that day that I heard, I rewrote "Thank You" to "Thank you for making me this way. I have a wife, but I'm gay." And I'm not proud of it, but when it's your calling, you know, like, you know, that moment, that I have a wife, but I'm gay, really made me laugh. I mean, that was one of the better things that I've ever.
Super niche.
Very niche.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I don't think there's anybody listening that we have offended. Maybe
No.
there might be. I don't think a lot of the gay community
No, they don't
listens.
tune in.
I
No.
feel like Dave Rubin would listen to us.
I think Dave Rubin would love
think,
us.
Yeah.
And I think he would find that funny if he knew who Ray Boltz was.
You think he'd really love us, Dave Rubin?
Yeah.
Maybe we shouldn't have him on.
Okay.
You just
Listen,
feel
open
a hand
invitation.
on your leg.
Got shorts on. Be careful.
Yeah.
I'd say he probably has better options than any of us.
He lives in
here.
California, right?
Better options? What do you mean better options? Like as a podcast or men?
Men. Yeah. I mean, he's also been on Ben Shapiro and, yeah.
Well, I mean, that's a toss-up, you know.
Listen, I am a type, you know?
Yeah. I guess.
Can't deny that. Definite type.
Yeah, we've been talking a lot about gay today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should do another one of our episodes and talk about Florida, the billboards. that they're
Don't
putting
say
up.
gay. Do you know this?
Well, I know the bill that don't say gay bill.
Yeah, which is not even in the bill at all.
I
That's
know
not
that.
even part of the bill.
It's just that you can't teach this stuff to like kindergartners through third graders. Is that what it
pre-K
is?
through
Pre-K through
yeah,
third or
it's
fourth grade.
basically 9 and under, age
You
9
just
and
can't.
under.
You just can't talk to them about like trans
Sexuality.
things,
Anything
and any
sex.
sexual stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they
It's
don't
a-
need to know.
Leave it alone. You're too young to even have that, to comprehend what any of that means.
It'd be hard to disagree with that
You think?
I don't know how.
unless you're intentionally trying to indoctrinate a generation. You know.
Well, listen, if you want, I don't know how that plays into it, but listen,
I don't know.
I've been waiting for a moment.
How do you? I just couldn't wait. I get it.
Sorry.
if you want your 9-year-old to understand that stuff, you can teach that to your 9-year-old. I just don't want the public school to do it.
Sure.
That's all it is.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
In response to that, Democrats have started buying billboards with just the big word gay. Gay? All over Florida. Just gay.
And they're taking money.
That'll
They're taking
teach
money.
them.
Yeah.
that'll teach 'em.
Like there's some Christian person, you know, like, you know, that used to
there might
mean
be.
happy.
Yeah.
What word are they going to take next?
I remember
the
in school-
dolphins. They already have the rainbows.
No, we had all that
They
stuff.
had the word gay. All of those belong to us.
Yes, and they took them all.
They took them.
They. Those
I remember
I mean,
in
we're
school.
3/4 into the gay Mount Rushmore. So I don't know.
We're going to top it off.
Let's just careful, guys. Let's all be careful.
You know, fruitcakes used to be enjoyable, okay?
All right. I used to love a fruitcake. No, I can't eat fruitcake without thinking about Dave Rubin.
Sorry, Dave. Okay, fruitcake.
Fruitcake, rainbows, dolphins, and the word gay, which means happy.
Yes, Bing Crosby was very gay.
Even when I was in school, gay was just like, you're stupid. You should walk by your friends. Hey, you're gay.
Yeah.
My grandmother, who was an incredible Christian woman,
Yeah.
she used to call me gay boy. I corrupted her.
Grandma!
What she heard me and my friend saying it, and she's like, "You really shouldn't do it." I was like, "No, Grandma. Like, it's more of a term of endearment. It's kind of we make fun of each other, in jest."
Yeah.
And she's like, "Okay." And then one day I'm walking through the living room, and she's like, "Hey, move, gay boy." And for the rest of her life, in her phone, I was gay boy.
I would have loved to have met her.
You would have liked her.
I think
she
I
was
would've.
funny.
We should have had her on the show.
Should have.
Too
Get a
late.
Ouija board in here.
Grandma, is he gay?
I wouldn't.
Straight to yes.
Did you ever play a Ouija board?
No.
I never did.
No, listen.
We had some
it's
friends
of
that had one.
The devil.
It's from the devil.
Who had one?
The Cod Hills had one.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
No.
And I was like, guys, I don't know. I'll watch the Jean-Claude Van Damme movies. Okay.
Double take.
Are you kidding? Bloodsport. Okay, here we
Listen.
So many Mount Rushmore.
go. Mount Rushmore of Jean-Claude Van Damme movies.
Bloodsport.
Double take. Lionheart.
Lionheart was a big one, yeah.
And
You got one more.
I feel like we're missing. Bloodsport was the big one.
Yeah,
though.
we're, the glass on
That's
the
awesome. Flipping sweet. I liked Lionheart. That was my favorite.
Lionheart was a good one.
Because it was just awesome. It was just such a good movie. I can't think of another one.
Well, sometimes I get him mixed up with Steven Seagal.
Isn't there a Bloodsport 2?
Probably.
So we'll go Bloodsport 1, Bloodsport 2, and then we'll say
Double Take and
Lionheart.
Yeah, that's it.
He was Belgian. Did you know that? Jean-Claude Van Damme is Belgian.
No,
Most people think he's French.
So
Is he gay? I don't think he's gay.
not officially.
But when he does come out of the closet, he'll kick it.
Kick the closet.
He'll kick the closet.
Yeah. I'm gonna take a left turn.
Please.
I think we're
There's
pretty
another
far
one.
left. Yeah, we're pretty far left.
We can't say
Already.
take a left turn now anymore.
I'm consistently turning right. I'm driving in circles.
You go all the way
awful.
around town just to get to
Yeah.
It's hard because Marion has a bunch of one ways.
Mm-hmm.
So to get left, you have to turn right. Messes you up. In 1916, a congressional amendment was proposed to Congress. It didn't actually take effect, but it was proposed
Okay.
to be voted on that all future acts of war would come to a national vote. And anyone who voted in favor of the war would have to volunteer to serve in that war. I love this. I think this is fantastic.
I just became a pacifist.
Yeah,
Well,
a lot
I
of
don't-
people would.
But listen, there is a time for war.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. So like right now, the whole Russia-Ukraine thing, I think it's
That's
nonsense.
Ecclesiastes.
Huh?
There's a time
Meaningless,
for war.
meaningless. Yeah, time for war, time for peace. Pretty sure it says something like that. But there is a time for war.
There is.
The time for war for America is not right now.
No.
We should not be involved
Get
in
a skirmish between. Listen, you're on the at recess, okay?
Yeah.
All war can be explained in the context of recess.
elementary reason.
Elementary recess, you walk out and you see some like nerd or something. You know what I mean? And that nerd is getting beat up. You're
Probably
bound. He might have been. But
Yeah.
that's neither here nor there. Okay.
Yeah.
You see a nerd getting beat up. You're bound to do something about it. You're like, that kid
or not.
or not. But I'm
It's
just
your
saying,
choice
in
at
that
this point.
situation,
Yeah.
you know, the nerd didn't do anything other than like Star Wars,
Yeah.
you know? And so it's like, hey, listen, so you're going to have to, and the first thing you do to the bully is you show a force. You
Yeah.
don't get physical right away.
Bullies
It's
don't
a
like to be bullied.
It's a show force.
Yeah.
So you just come to his face like, really? Why don't you pick on someone your own size, brah? You know, brah, you know,
Yeah.
and that's usually going to be enough to back them
De-escalate,
off. you
yeah.
know? And sometimes it needs to escalate into more, and you need to,
Preferably come with a
fisticuffs.
couple of your friends.
yeah. Ideally, you can get a group of friends together,
Right.
and take care of it.
Safety in numbers.
Giant show of force,
Yeah.
and then back the bully down. So that you gotta do that sort of thing. If a girl's getting beat up, that sort of thing,
yeah.
you know. But Jason,
Yeah.
if the two, like, if the two people in recess that are the two bullies are getting in a fight,
Justin
and
what's-
Charlie,
And Charlie, yeah.
So if Justin and Charlie are getting in a fight, and they're the two bullies, right? They're the ones that are always beating other kids up.
Yeah.
You see it happening. That's got nothing to do with me.
No.
You guys can beat each other up.
Have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't need to take a side on this, right? This is not my battle. I don't need to get involved.
There-
And
yeah.
I feel like in Russia, Ukraine, you got two pretty corrupt governments, pretty corrupt situations. They're both kind of bad.
Yeah.
And they're beating up, you know.
It's Justin and Charlie.
Why would I take a... Justin is a jerk. Charlie's a jerk. They're both jerks.
Yeah.
Why would I help Justin beat up Charlie or Charlie beat up Justin?
I was thinking about Justin.
I might go and talk to Mr. Hamilton about it.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mr. Hamilton showed me his paddle once, and he asked me, "Do I need to use this?"
It was hanging up.
It was hanging up on the wall. You saw it too.
And clowns. His office was decorated with clowns, and he had a paddle. It was enough to scare anybody.
I said, "No, I'm good. I don't need the paddle."
Mm-hmm. He never threatened me with it, but it was there, and you knew
Was it still a thing? When
Oh
you
yeah,
guys
kids
were,
got
really?
paddled when we were.
You're only like 40.
It's 80s, man. In
Yeah.
the 80s.
I thought that
a
stopped in
different
like
time.
the mid.
We still
like early
did
70s,
bomb drills under our desk.
which is ridiculous. That's stupid.
Depends how far away the bomb is. If it drops right on top of you, yeah, that's a bad idea because you're going to be dead anyways.
Yeah.
But if it's maybe 100 miles away, it might save you.
Maybe. It might.
You don't know where the bomb's going to drop.
But no, I knew a couple kids who got paddled.
Really?
Yeah.
They deserve
Dan
it.
got locked in the back of a police car once.
That's true. Well, I don't know. Did it get locked back there?
Well, I thought you got locked.
Yeah. But I got...
At recess, a bunch of kids come running up to me and said, "Your brother got arrested."
And I was in a cop car. I was in a cop car.
And he was in the back of a cop car.
But I was going for a ride because a police officer spoke to our class. And we did a
Was it
raffle.
the DARE officer?
No, it was Andy Applefeller.
Oh, yeah.
And who's now like the county commissioner, maybe?
He's something.
Something? I don't know. Anyway, they did like a raffle to see who got to go ride in the police car.
Right.
And I won.
Yeah.
And so I got to ride around Prospect, Ohio in his police car, and he showed me where a bullet hole was. I was like, that's flipping sweet. So, I mean, he didn't tell me there was a misfire from his old gun, own gun, you know.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, and then all of your friends saw me in the police car and
Right.
told you that I got arrested.
Yeah.
Which you believed. Until,
Well, I was like, what, third grade? You were second grade, something like that?
you're like, finally happened. And you probably kind of like, you know what?
Can't wait to tell Mom.
The kid had it coming, you know?
I don't have to share a room anymore. I had a thought about Justin. I'm not going to say his last name. He was in your grade. He brought a gun to school. Mm-hmm. Do you remember this?
What did his last name start with?
S. And
Okay.
I'm in Spanish class.
It's funny that you remember the kids in my grade more than I do. This was in high school?
Yeah. It was in
Okay.
Spanish class in high school. I was like maybe a sophomore. He was a freshman. And he's like, Jason. I look back, and he like opens up his bag, and he's like, "What do you have a gun?"
What am I supposed to say
Like
about
a
that?
pistol.
Cool.
Yeah, I didn't say anything.
Yeah.
because the guy was an idiot. Like he wasn't going to shoot the place up. But apparently he showed one too many people because eventually someone
one
turned him
is
in.
one too many people.
Someone
it was you.
turned him in.
Did Senorita Redlinger find out?
Yes, it was Vomitos.
Yeah.
I mean a lot of
Rapido.
rapido.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know too many. Donde está la biblioteca?
Where is the library?
That's the extent of my Espanol. But yeah, Justin. Then he had 6 months off of school. So
Kind of worked out for him.
yeah. He's like, how am I supposed to respond to that? Yeah, you got a gun.
Cool.
Cool.
What are we
Like-
you gonna do with it? Are you gonna...
Yeah, it was so bizarre. So Charlie and Justin, they get in a fight. Hopefully the gun's still in his bag. You know, 'cause you start pulling that out.
Yeah.
That goes on to the war thing.
Yeah.
Russia has nukes. The Ukraine doesn't. One guy has a gun. The other guy doesn't.
Yeah.
It escalated.
Yeah. That's
What do you
how
got?
it happens. What do I got?
Yeah. I mean, I got more stuff.
I it's hard for me to focus right now because I'm just thinking about how could I get out of eating that stew. All right, I got something. How about this? This is, sometimes you have a thing and it's not really a thing. It's just kind of a thing,
Yeah.
you know?
I have those things a lot.
Yeah, those are most of your things,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's nothing to say about this.
Okay.
There's nowhere to go with it. There's no Mount Rushmore here. Maybe, I don't know, maybe we can
Yeah.
find one. But I was doing some stuff in the kitchen the other day, and I realized something. I love shutting a drawer with my hip.
Gay.
You know, you got stuff in your hands, and the drawer's like, you know. And I was like, that's fun. You know, makes me feel like, I don't know.
Dan just goes around leaving drawers open all the time until he gets a handful.
Yeah.
Looks like I have to do this with
Hands
my
full
hip.
or not, he still hits it with his hip.
And so I like to, I don't know.
Do you do the refrigerator door that way also?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that's not, I don't know. Can we do a Mount Rushmore of things you shut with your hip? A drawer, a car door, maybe?
Toilet seat lid?
You might shut a car door with your hip.
Oh, car door for sure. Yeah.
Toilet seat lid? How is the mechanics of that?
Well, I mean, you have to sidestep it.
I don't think my toilet would allow it.
I will not allow this. No. This seat is staying up.
No. I mean, I think you can shut your car door with your hip and a drawer with a hip.
A front door?
A door? Yeah, you can shut a door with your hip.
You got one more thing.
Shut. What else do you shut?
Your wife up.
Pow!
I don't know. Maybe the gas.
What about a mailbox?
You got to work
jump.
to do that.
You got a little hippity hop.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't had my mailbox actually at my would have been too. My hip is not high
Too
enough
high,
for that.
yeah. Yeah. If it's a post office box, it could be real low to the ground.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, my post office box is also at eye level, so that would be quite a feat.
Now, I saw where you're going. The gas.
So what is that? Is
The door?
Is it
Flap?
Flap? It's a flap.
Gas flap?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Stop. In 2013, I'm switching. You got something?
No.
Okay. In 2013, Target, the store Target, had to apologize after a labeling error offended plus-sized customers.
Fat people.
Fat people. While selling a dress of the same color in different sizes, the small was listed as gray, and the large was listed as manatee gray. That's real.
That's funny.
Isn't that great?
That's hilarious.
You got gray and manatee gray.
I mean,
Did they find which person inside Target, that names the colors, who's responsible? Because that's great.
That's pretty great. I don't know exactly how that played out. Like, is that Target wide?
Same dress.
The same dress.
Very wide. Same dress. Same dress.
Yeah, same
Just
color.
different size. Same color.
Yeah, it was gray.
And
Well, the little one was gray, and the large one was manatee gray.
manatee is a majestic beast.
Some people refer to it as the,
Elephant of the sea?
well, I was going to say mermaid, but, because
What?
it is the elephant of the sea.
is it?
Well, Christopher Columbus and some explorers thought they saw mermaids. In reality, they probably saw manatees.
Okay. Or they saw mermaids. Are you a believer in mermaids?
Yeah. I actually kind of am. Jesse, why are you
I'm
laughing?
just looking at the tweets.
Hit the
from
Netflix.
Yeah.
Netflix, watch these shows with us. Netflix, or maybe Hulu Plus. Netflix, watch these shows with us. Netflix, or maybe Hulu Plus. Or maybe Amazon Prime or something like that, like YouTube. Or we don't want to put a box around what you watch, so you never know.
Jason, what is your Netflix suggestion of the week?
My Netflix suggestion of the week is found on Amazon Prime via PBS doc, like subscription. The PBS, what do they call that? I subscribe to the PBS.
It's a PBS subscription.
It's an add-on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Add-on. There we go.
I thought this was going to be great.
It's the documentary one or the PBS one? Like PBS documentaries or PBS as a whole?
I don't know.
Okay, because there's two different ones. Anyway, continue.
I've been watching the docs.
Okay.
And I thought this was going to be great. Harrison was downstairs, and he's playing high school baseball. And I tried to play this for him a while back, and he was just too young to appreciate it.
Baseball by Ken Burns.
Baseball by Ken Burns.
It's that time of year.
It is that time of year. I watch it about once a year.
I do.
And it's usually March or April.
Yeah.
Because baseball season is among us.
Yeah.
It's right here. Ken Burns baseball. It's like 9 or 10.
Well, now it's
episodes
10 because they added one.
An add-on. It is fantastic.
It's the greatest documentary maybe of all time.
Of all time.
It's so good.
It's way more, like, even if you don't like baseball, there's so much history.
I would think so. Yeah.
Yeah. If you're a history buff, if you like America, then you will love baseball.
It's phenomenal.
Yes.
It crosses political bounds. There's no reason not to like it.
No. Well, other than I took Gideon to soccer practice. It was a Friday night when we started.
I'd love it if someone made the corresponding documentary for soccer.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
great, yeah.
Because I feel like it exists. Obviously, it's not American. It would not be. But I just wish I've looked for it.
Listen,
But
can I
it's-
talk about this for a second?
Please.
Stop with subtitles that I have to read.
Yeah.
Just English dub over top of it.
Yeah.
You can interview the Spanish, Portuguese.
Yeah, it happens all the time.
And just talk English over top of it.
There's a documentary right now on Netflix called The Perfect Crime about this German politician that was killed.
Yeah.
And it's dubbed. It's
English over the...
You hear the person talking barely in the
Yes,
background.
yes.
And it's much better.
This is the way it should be done. I'm sick and tired of reading subtitles over, a Spanish, German, whatever. I don't want to read. If I wanted to read, I pick up a book.
Sure.
I turned on the TV so I could just enjoy myself.
I hear you.
I don't want to read. Now, having said that, I always watch it with subtitles anyways.
Yeah.
It's an aid. It helps me. I don't want to have to rely on that.
Sure.
Because if I'm looking on my phone or I'm talking to someone, I want to be able to experience the whole thing.
Sure.
So
No, I hear
baseball.
you.
So listen, I started it on a Friday, and we're about 50% of the way through that first episode.
Okay.
And I had to take Gideon to soccer practice. I was just going to drop him off, come back, and then go back 2 hours later and pick him up.
Yeah.
So I drop him off. I come back to the house. When I had left, Harrison was sitting on the couch watching it. When I came back, Teddy's sitting on the couch watching some stupid cartoon.
What the heck?
And I said, where'd Harrison go? He's like, oh, he didn't want to watch us. He left. I'm like, what? I was going to be right back, literally 5 minutes away. And he gave up on it.
Wow.
So obviously he's not mature enough to handle Ken Burns baseball.
Do you like Elton John's music? It's worth asking.
Ray Boltz.
Who's the most famous gay baseball player?
Is there one? I mean, openly?
I always felt that Dave Winfield was a little...
Kirby Puckett?
Yeah, Kirby Puckett for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cecil Fielder. I was like,
No, I don't know. Prince Fielder. He had a son.
Could be Princess.
Maybe it's Prince Fielder.
What's your Netflix suggestion?
Gaylord Perry. There it is.
Was the gay one.
He
Yeah.
is the most famous gay baseball player of all time.
That
His
is
name's
true.
Gaylord. So
Oil Can Boyd.
he's the
was
lord of all the gays.
like-
Oil Can Boyd was like constantly on cocaine. Do you know like his story? He was like basically every game he ever pitched.
Yeah.
He was super high.
Oil Can Boyd.
That's a
Doesn't-
great name.
It's a great name. That's the thing about baseball. They've got really cool
You
nicknames.
look at these old baseball like Oil Can Boyd was one. There's
Yeah.
lots of others. You look at like this guy is like 25 in the athletic peak of his life, and he looks like he's 60.
Yeah.
Like all these guys look so old back then.
Yeah.
Probably the cocaine. So my Netflix suggestion of the week, it's not Frasier, but I'm almost done with Frasier, and I don't know what I'm going to do. I have this I'm in the final season of Frasier now, and there's this approaching show hole that I just don't know what to do about, and it's making me nervous.
Yeah.
So, but my Netflix suggestion of the week is found on Peacock, and let me just say this: we're Christians in this. We're
For the most part.
for the most part, I think we are.
Yeah. I mean, we can't really judge that. I mean, I can't
Sure.
judge where Jesse's at.
Sure, but we're church people. We're all church folk. Okay. That being said, as great of things that Christians in the church have done over the years, and it's countless. The world is a much better place because Christians exist. There's no doubt about that.
Like the Crusades, for example.
That was complicated time. So,
Jim Jones.
Jim Jones. Well, okay. So, yeah, sure.
David Koresh.
With all of he was Seventh-day Adventist, I think. So,
Well.
he was a Branch Davidian, I think, actually. I don't know.
So what about the Mormons?
The Mormons are not. They're Mormon.
But they're also Christian, aren't
Well, they kind of want to get in. They're like, guys, come on. They're like at the club. You know what I mean? They go to the bouncer and they're like, we're basically,
we're on the list,
come
right?
on.
They're kind of like hedging their bets a little bit.
You get it. You know, how much alcohol are you gonna buy? We don't drink, so and get
There's
out.
a 3-drink minimum.
Get out. So, excuse me. Anyway,
Christians.
as many all the things that you listed and more, as many good things that Christians have done throughout the years.
Yeah.
Making movies has not really been one of them.
No, it's been awful.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
And I get Christian movies suggested to me quite a bit.
Yeah.
And they give them to me.
That's the worst.
And they're like, you gotta watch this.
That's when you say, I don't have a DVD player.
Yeah. Well, I have. I that'd be a lie. So
I would lie to not watch it.
thank you. And they're pretty much. I
And
mean,
they want a follow-up, too. That's the problem. I've had people hand me disc, and then they expect me to converse
no,
with them
there's a
about it.
spectrum of bad Christian movies. Some are worse than others.
Yeah.
But that doesn't make the ones that are not super bad good.
True,
Right?
yeah.
You know, like all gasoline is not going to taste good. I would assume there might be some forms of gasoline that taste worse than others, you know? Maybe the higher octane stuff, you know, versus the lower
physically
octane stuff.
tasting gasoline?
I'm using this as an example.
Okay.
Let's come up with a different example. Urine. Okay. I'll bet if you drank a lot of urine, you would find something you're like, you know what? This has a nice piquant aftertaste. You know what I mean? It's not as bad as some of the others.
coconut flavor.
Like somebody's been eating
Yeah.
asparagus, you know? So, but just because some is worse than others doesn't mean
It's all bad.
It's all bad.
Yeah.
Right? So, that being said.
And you can only drink it so many times before it becomes poisonous. A.K.A. Jim Jones.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He watched too many Christian movies. That's what happened. He just kept on watching them.
There's
eventually.
a Hallmark Christian channel, and it's...
Is there?
No, I just said that, but...
That probably is. So that being said,
Yeah. Bad Christian movies.
there are a lot of them out there. That being said, I have hopes that it might not always be that way. But that being said, I watched a Christian show. It's The Chosen is the name of it.
I'm familiar with it. I've not watched it.
It's actually pretty good.
Is it?
I know.
Everybody says
I
that.
I know.
Listen,
and people,
I downloaded it. I've got the app.
I know. So do I. People, and maybe
They
it
tell
just,
you got to watch it. You got to watch it.
I
It's so
know,
good. You got to
I
watch
know.
it. I'm like, I don't want to because I've seen
People
this
have been
before, and
telling
it's
me-
garbage.
People have
It's
been-
Christian TV,
I
and it's
understand-
garbage.
I understand. Listen, you're preaching to the choir. But people have been telling me
I'd rather watch The Conjuring
for the last 2
which
years,
was just as Christian.
for the last 2
Casting
years,
out demons.
People have been telling me you gotta watch this. It's
It's The
so
Chosen.
good.
It's so good.
It's
It's
The Chosen.
so good.
So good. It's crowdfunded. I'm like, oh, that doesn't.
Are you selling it? Are you trying to?
So there are some actual real actors in it. Now maybe
They were paid to be in it.
yeah,
they're
they
not
didn't like
volunteers.
just get them off the street. And be like, there's a Baptist convention in town. Can you wear a robe?
You have a beard. Come on.
Right, that'll pass.
Yeah.
So maybe it was just the right time, and I've watched like 3 episodes, and maybe I was just in the right mood for it.
Yeah.
But honestly, I really liked it. I actually thought it was pretty well done.
It's on Peacock.
It's on Peacock, and the first season. Apparently, there's 3 seasons.
Well, I think there's an app you can download. I
Yeah.
think you could watch them all
I
on
think
the
you can
app.
watch them all on the app. But
Yeah.
Peacock only has season 1, which I've only watched 3 episodes, and I
Okay.
saw Prime has season 1 too. Amazon
Yeah.
Prime. So that's my suggestion, because that's the only other thing other than Frasier that I've watched all week.
So for all the people that said, I don't want to read the New Testament, I'll wait for the movie.
Mm-hmm. You know what? So far, so good.
Okay.
I actually like it. It obviously it fills in a lot of gaps. They're making, you know, they're coming up with storylines that we don't know are true, but they're not, you know.
Was it fictional? What do they call
It's
it?
historical fiction.
Yeah,
it
historical
would definitely
fiction.
be in the historical fiction category.
Right.
And I like it. I'm just gonna say
I've heard-
I'm gonna stand up and say there's a Christian TV show that I like, and it's called The Chosen.
You're not ashamed of this.
I'm not ashamed to let you know. You know the Newsboys.
I want this lie to me
Yeah.
to show.
He doesn't know the original Newsboys.
No.
He knows the ones that are here now.
Stop.
Did you
You mean
guys
DC
watch,
Talk?
Yeah.
Did you guys watch that series probably about 2015 or no, it'd been 2012, 13, 14ish it was like just the Bible.
The Bible.
Did you guys watch
I
that
watched some of
series?
it.
Presented by the History Channel.
Yes. So
Yeah.
I was in college
Yeah.
and I had a
Did you graduate?
No.
I knew
No.
that.
I dropped out.
When he says in college,
college,
he was
I
a
was-
janitor at a college.
But
He was bunking up with some guys there.
my my best friends were
We're like Phi Gata Kappa. Am I
basically
right?
yes. My 4 friends there.
That's pretty good.
Were-
Come on, guys. That's pretty good. All right.
One was a gay Jewish kid. He didn't know he was, or he didn't.
He didn't
come
know
out
he
of
was
the closet. We didn't come out of the closet until after college, but everyone, we all knew.
Yeah, well,
we're
it
like, dude,
happens.
just tell us. You're
He
gay.
was
It's
like,
no big
I just
deal.
want to let you know I'm really into Hebrews, not Shebrews.
He really didn't like the second
wasn't
day.
funny.
The second day we hung out, I told him a joke.
You didn't know he was a Jew.
No, I did. That's why I told the joke. I knew he was
that's
Jewish.
awful.
You know
It was
how
terrible.
they love those kind of jokes.
They love them.
Did he?
But we ended up being best friends
Okay.
through college.
All right.
Our other friend was an agnostic, and then the 2 other ones were Catholic.
Uh-huh.
And then there was an atheist that kind of hung out.
And they all walk into a bar.
No, they all walked into my dorm room because I had the big TV.
You
and they
were the
wanted-
bar.
I was the bar,
Yeah.
yes. And they wanted to watch The Walking Dead, and I had the biggest TV, but the Bible was on right before it.
So
as
you'd
a
watch
good
the Bible,
Christian-
then Walking Dead.
Yeah, pretty much. But I'd make them come in, and they'd always have to stay in for like the first the 20 minutes leading up to Walking Dead. And they all complained about it so much. Oh, this is so terrible. And I don't know. I just thought it'd be a fun way to introduce the fact that my friends in college were a gay Jew, an agnostic, and a couple, half-butt Catholics.
I don't endorse that joke that he told, by
No.
the way. I think
No?
it's awful. No.
It's a horrible
Really?
joke.
Yeah, I noticed you guys didn't laugh. I
No,
thought it was
it's-
funny.
It's
No.
not funny. It's as a
in
guy
poor
that
taste.
appreciates an offensive joke.
Listen, we've been joking all day about
Gays?
offensive things.
It's a bad joke. It's actually not even that funny.
While we're not endorsing things that I've said, I'd like to go back and correct the record. I've had people say that it seems like I'm kind of pro-Putin from a couple episodes back,
Really?
where I was like, "Oh yeah, he's a good guy." Whatever.
I think you
jokingly.
said those.
I
things.
said those.
I'm.
too.
Well, I think we all said those things, but I've had people be like, "Hey,
Yeah.
he's actually a bad guy, right?" Yeah, of course.
Okay,
I don't
so
think
you
he-
want to set the record straight.
Okay.
I want to set the
Putin,
record.
bad guy.
I don't
Putin,
think he's as
bad
bad
guy.
as what you think he is.
Well, I don't know because I'm an idiot, so I don't know how bad he really is. He just doesn't seem like a great guy.
Is he gay?
Putin?
No.
He's a Christian. Why are you guys laughing? He is 100% Christian. He's going to heaven.
That would be crazy. Get
No,
in the
he
pearly
is.
gates. First person you see, Putin. He's like, "I wasn't so bad after all."
I don't know about Zelensky. I don't know where he falls. Putin's a Christian. There are bad Christians. You could be a bad Christian.
There's a whole
I mean,
spectrum.
I
It's
am.
like urine
Yeah.
in movies.
He's the asparagus of.
Are we going to eat and drink in heaven? I think
Yes,
we will.
100%.
Are we going to pee in heaven?
Yes, 100%. Yeah. Listen, C.S. Lewis said, everything on this planet in the physical has a spiritual representation of it. Everything that you see and experience right now will also happen in the next life.
Well, I guess he would know.
Well, he does now.
Let's hope so.
Putin's there. C.S. Lewis.
Not yet.
Putin's not. Well, he
Well, you
could
will
be.
be. Yeah.
Eventually, we all will be. Most of us.
You're one of those guys. All right. This is Dan signing off for Jason, reminding you to always keep your stick on the ice and never wear the blue sweats.
Sit, Boo Boo, sit. Good job.
I think I should cut his joke. Just bleep it out.
That's why
I'll
I
just
said-
do one
yeah.
long
Maybe.
during the joke,
It might be worth it.
and then post, and then everybody can be like,
What was the
"What was
joke?"
that joke?"
So bad. They've never bleeped anything out ever.
But leave
true.
this part of you talking about it in.
definitely. I think we should do that.
Yeah.